Hello there. This is Cheryl Lentz, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, doing my follow-up Friday. So actually, I don't know that this is follow-up. This week we've been talking about the new in colors that are coming in, colors that are in that same color family, coordinating colors, and just kind of playing with colors. So this morning I got up and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So I put on this top, which has a gray background and flowers on it, and it made me think of the background paper, or the paper from Fine Arts Floral that has a gray background. And I haven't used it all that much because the backside is this lovely print. And so the front side, ta-da, is with the gray background. I just hadn't used it all that much. Hello, Cindy. I'm glad that you're joining me this afternoon. So anyhow, I decided that I would play with that paper. So I made a card up, and I'm using some products that are leaving, like Pretty Peacock, which I'm sad to say is just a lovely kind of blue-green, another deep, beautiful color. The cardstock is sold out, but as far as I know, you can get the ink pad and that type of, the ink pad, the re-inker, as far as I know, that is still available. So, hi Judy. Yeah, I love the paper. I like those deep kind of rich colors. And so I thought, I pulled out that paper and I started playing with that. I paired it up with terracotta tile, which is also a color that's leaving us. So they work so well together with this paper. So when I looked at the paper, that paper has actually 12 colors that they suggest to go with that suite of papers, the Fine Art Floral designer paper. But I added 5 different colors to it. I didn't read the package. So anyhow, all I'm saying is that all of it, I mean, they have suggestions and a place to start. But pull out your paper, pull out your scraps. A lot of times I figure out what color I'm going to use by just pulling out. I have my little scraps in little containers like this. So it's little plastic containers. So on top of all my cardstock that's neatly put in place, I have those little containers. And when I'm not sure what I want to do or what colors I want to do, I can stack up those containers like, really high. It's a mess when they fall over, so don't stack them too high. But I'm just trying to figure out different colors to play with. So I'm going to turn the camera around. Hello, Patty. I'm going to turn the camera around, and then I'll show you the card that I made, and then kind of a little trick, probably you know already, but sometimes it's good reminders when you're playing with a punch that doesn't have a layering. So I like to layer everything. So I like to have layers behind my punches and that kind of thing. So a little trick that I do with my tailored tag punch. So I'll turn the camera around, show you the paper, show you the card I made, and then we'll make one. And then I have some others that I just pulled different colors to put with it, just to show you how it draws out different colors in the papers. And all of our papers are so beautiful like this. So you can play with it with any of our designer papers the same way. So here we go. I'm going to turn this around right now. Here we go. Hey, Chris. Chris, say hi to your friend Cindy. Say hi to your friend Patty. Thank you for joining me today, ladies. That makes my day. Come on, let's get a little bit bigger. That's way big. Okay, I'll go like this. How's that? Does that look okay? So here is the paper that I decided to, because it kind of looked like this, except I have pink flowers, and this has like tones of oranges and almost like a calypso coral. I think you could pull out and I got new nails today. Kind of made me think of the polished pink. Anyhow, so this was what I decided to play with, and all these beautiful colors I thought were so cool. So here is the card that I put together this morning. So this uses the Pretty Peacock, terracotta tile, and then I love this ribbon, and I think you can still get it. The in color ribbons that have this cool little kind of linen look, but between it there, and a nice little scalloped edge. So, and then I used the champagne rhinestones because I think they have a little bit of an orangey tone to them. So I added a little bit of glitz, and I broke my rule. I usually have an uneven number, and I have 4 of them on here because I thought it fit. So, and then here we go. So it's a Happy Mother's Day card. The verse, what a beautiful difference one single life makes, and the Mother's Day is from the Timeless Tulips stamp set. I thought I had somebody request Mother's Day cards, and so I thought, well, I'm going to start kind of putting something together and thinking about that. So I pulled out that, and I just love this verse. I think it's very pretty. So with that said, this is the one that I made this morning. And then the next piece on the cardstock had more yellow on it. And so the bumblebee color. So I again paired it up with the Pretty Peacock, because I just think that makes this color pop out, right? But then I put this, instead of putting it on the terracotta tile, which it would look nice because these flowers then would pop, I decided to put it on Bumblebee. And look at how that changes it. So it makes those yellow flowers kind of pop. So here you go. This one is pulling out all the orangey terracotta tile colors, and this just kind of accentuates all the pretty yellows. So that's what I did. But what I also did here, I'm going to stamp my my words, my verse, in the Pretty Peacock. So I have it crooked, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to use a punch. Wow, I really put it on there crooked. I must have been, I don't know what. I've just been a little bit daydreaming today. Here we go. So I'm going to put that in like that. And then I'll just set that aside for now. This is the tailored tag punch, which is a really fun punch. You can make beautiful cards with scrap and just keep punching, and then because it has these nice flat layers, you can kind of piece it together like a quilt. And I am going to just use it for my words here because I thought it fit nicely. So I'm just centering that in there. Whoop. And now, because if I just put it on my cardstock, on my designer paper like this, it's like, ooh, that doesn't stand out. That's not very cute. So I'm going to take my layer, my front layer. You wouldn't do this on the inside layer, but on the front layer. And I'm going to cut one, and then I'm going to do another one, making sure that I'm not too close to the edge because my designer paper is going to go on here. But what I want on this second one are these end pieces. So it doesn't have to be the whole thing. I'm just pushing it all the way in, and I'm cutting it like that. So here it is. My holy paper is going to be covered up just like that, and no one will be the wiser. So what I'm going to do is take my piece that I punched out that's exactly the same. I'm going to cut it right down the center. We've done this in class, ladies, right? I got new glue. Lisa, I have new glue today. Here we go. Okay. Now, what I want to do is not have my glue leak all over me here. I'll just wipe that off a bit. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to take this piece and I'm just going to glue it like that, right over the top of that. So if I put a little bit of glue just on this little edge here, there we go. I'm going to wipe some of this off because there we go. And then I'm going to hold this and I'm starting at the point here, and I want a pretty tight, I don't want a big border, but I just want a bit of a border to make it stand out. So there we go. One side done. That looks so much cuter. Now we'll put a little bit of adhesive over here and do it on this side. So I'm starting out at the point, kind of trying to make it even. that I have on the other side, just like that. Ta-da. There we go. Okay, now my problem is that I have these ends that have nothing on them, and so I'm going to just cut this like this and this one like this. I don't need all this extra, so I'm going to throw that center out, but here's my two ends. I'm going to put my adhesive right across the end here, and then I'm just going to draw this in until it covers and matches the sides here along the edge. Now this border is a little bit wider on the end than the sides. I'm going to just clip that off. It's a little bit wider because we added some width to this by putting on our other little border. So there we go. I'm just going to bring that together so my borders are like that. And then just take my paper snips and cut that off so that it's the same. And now I have a perfect border around my, because look at, now look at how nice this looks when you, it makes it stand out more. Ta-da. So I think that looks so much nicer. And I decided on this one, I wanted to go, you know, with the card up and down, lateral. And I wanted more of the yellow flowers to show, so I'm going to put my words right in the center here. So I'm going to glue this layer on. Here we go, making sure that I do not put glue in the center where I have big holes cut in my paper. Move that over to the side here. So here we go. Just love this paper. I don't know why. I guess I used all the brighter colors, tended to go that route, but I think this is so pretty. And then because I want the bumblebee to stand out, instead of using the Pretty Peacock paper, ribbon I mean, we have bumblebee ribbon too. So we're gonna tie this around the side and have our bumblebee ribbon. This I believe is leaving too, so you might want to get that. And how I decide how much, I'm not going to tie a bow, I'm just going to tie a little knot in it. So I just kind of give myself enough, go over and over, kind of like that, double it, whatever, across, and cut it. There we go. And I don't have to worry about where it is going because I just have to worry about getting it tied how I want it, because I can move it around a little bit. And I'm going to go like this. Top one's going to do all the work, come around the bottom, push it through. And what I want is a nice smooth top here on there, like that. Nice flat. I'll bring that up. See that nice flat knot? So that's my key. That's what I want. And I'm going to move that down. This is going to go here like that. So I'm just kind of going to tug this off to the side. Ta-da. I could try to go the other way, but I think we're going to go this way. That's the way it wants to go. Who am I to fight with the ribbon? So just cut off my little extra tabs. There we go. So this ribbon is beautiful. So these in colors all had this gorgeous narrow ribbon, which I love. So you can probably still get some of that too. And then this one, because the ribbon is going underneath here, I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals, but I'm just going to put one on each of the points on the top and bottom. So we'll get that here. And this one here. Oops, stay in there. I only want, because I don't want it on top of the ribbon. It'll just, the ribbon will slide through the in between there. So this can go just like this. Make sure I have it in a straight. Ta-da. And then that's going to go right here. And because this ribbon is fairly thin, I'm just going to glue it right to the base of my card. Doesn't that look funny? There's my little cutouts here. There we go. Okay. And this time I cut my card 4 1/4 by 11, scored it at 5 1/2. Just to have it a little bit different. Sometimes just a little different. Especially if you want a card that you want people to, I think, to stand up like on a desk. Doesn't take as much room, but it stands up nicely. I like cutting it this way. There. Ta-da. And look at how much that makes the paper look different. Just popping out those colors depending on what layers you're using. So fun. Okay, so I had a piece of this left, so of course I'm going to put that in the inside here. Just like that. I'm just going to lay it there while I'm stamping Happy Mother's Day in here. So there we go. Okay, Happy Mother's Day. There we put it on here. Ta-da. There. I'm going to close this before I wear it. And glue this one on now. Little bit of adhesive. These are so hard to use because both sides are so pretty. I just love that. My sister was here, and she does not do stamping. One of my sisters was here, and she does not do stamping, but she makes jewelry, so which I find very tedious. She finds this tedious, so it's a good thing. We did quilting together. That we could agree on, but the rest of this, it's like I would not want to do that. All those little tiny beads and wire wrapping and all that. But anyhow, she was like, "Oh, your paper has 2 sides." Yes, that's one of the beautiful things about the Stampin' Up! Paper. We have 2 sides, and it's often difficult to know which side to use because both sides are so pretty. There. And glue this inside. And then I had one other thing I thought I would add to the front here is that these outgoing in colors, which are the Pretty Peacock, Terracotta Tile, Seaside Spray, oh, boo hiss, and Rococo Rose, Purple Posy, right? That's our 5. Have in color enamel dots. So I had some more of the dots, and I thought, well, I'm going to use those on here like I used the other, and put a couple, bringing that yellow to the forefront again. That's my, except this time I think we're going to go, oops, I just wrecked that one. I have to put one over the top. Okay, there we go. Well, my fingers must be sticky. All right, come on. Work with me here. Work with me here. We'll put one here. Make sure you get it to stay. These are so cute, and they're nice and flat. So, well, my goodness. Whenever I put one here, it doesn't want to stay for me. What's the deal with that? Just to make it interesting, I guess. Okay, so this was my rule on these, and I didn't follow it. When I take these off, if you roll the paper, I think you have better luck. There. Okay. Ta-da. So we'll just put those 3 there. And then I followed my rule of having an odd number, right? So there we go. There's our another Mother's Day card. So the 2 that I have here, here's the 2 that are done. Same paper, background paper, DSP, but different colors with it. And then, let's do this here. I'll move this over. So on this one, I decided I wanted to have another one like this just because of the flowers laid. So instead of what they suggested, I took Bermuda Bay and layered it instead of the peacock, because if you couldn't get the peacock, Bermuda Bay and the peacock I think go together really nicely. They're kind of greeny tones with the blue in. And then I used So Saffron. So here we go. So again, a little bit lighter. This flower is a little bit lighter. This one pulls out the deeper orangey, yellowy tones. So I use that one. And then my other one that I was playing with, I used Coastal Cabana for the base, Basic Gray for my layer, and because this one had more of this, the Coastal Cabana color in there, and so I thought, you know what, this looks kind of cool. So there we go. I'm just gonna lay these out like this so you can see how it pulls the different colors. There we go. Can you see the whole thing? Depending on the base you use and the layering you use, it just kind of is fun to pull out. It has a different look to it. So that is my tip for today. So if you haven't gotten the in colors that are going out, make sure that you check your supplies. If you need re-inkers, I would suggest getting them if you haven't already, because once they're gone, they're gone. And so then we're sad, right? And we love these colors. We love all of them. We're going to love the new ones too. But the ribbon is gorgeous. Nice. It makes nice bows. It's nice and thin. It's kind of soft and shimmery. And then the enamel dots are kind of fun. So just little things that are leaving that you might want to pick up extra of. So, and if you need to do that, you can go to stampingjourney.com, go under supplies, or you can email me, and I would be happy to get an order in for you. So those are the cards today, the finished cards for today for Happy Mother's Day. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around. Let's see here. There we go. Let's see here. Chris, you had wonderful. Yeah, they're really fun. I mean, the fun part with all these different colors. Hello, Debbie. The fun part with all these different colors is that there are so many. Our papers are so rich. Our designer series papers are so rich with color that you can make it look entirely different. You know, so you have a 12 by 12 sheet. You want to make, if you had the whole big part, I think you'd get 6 of those. You know, big, but pairing them up with different colors makes the cards look entirely different. And then the little trick with our punches is kind of fun. I like that little bit of border because it makes it, you could imitate a border if you took like a dauber, just our little dauber, and then flick the edges of it. But I like the paper border. It makes it a little bit more sturdy, and I just think it looks good. I like layering. I like the borders. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know that you were here. Give me a little, write something to me, chat a bit. This will now go on to, hi Judy. Thank you. So this will go on to my YouTube channel. We're up to, I think, 354 subscribers. So I'm so excited. I know the borders, you have to have the borders. They just pull out more colors. So to not border it is just kind of a shame. So, and you can always get more paper. Yeah, right? Cardstock. So it'll go on to my YouTube channel, and then it will go on to Stamping Journey. This afternoon, I plan on taking some pictures of the cards that I showed from the different monkey cut kits this week too, and get those all on the, I have my big picture box up with the light on the top. So I have that all set up. So I'm hoping to get that, yeah, I'm famous. Hoping to get that all put on my blog so that you can enjoy that and look at that. Just looking at layouts, you know, simple little layouts, different designer paper, pair it up with different colors, and there you go. It doesn't have to be hard. Card making can be easy, fast, simple, fun. That's what I like. Yeah, that's what I like. All right, y'all go out for a fish fry. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you on Talking on Tuesday at 2. If there's something you want to see, give me a holler out and let me know. I'm open to anything, you know, even by Tuesday morning. So it's fun to come up with something else. You guys can do my work for me by just telling me what you want to see. So that helps me out a great deal. Thank you so much. Take care. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.